There is a lot of discussion about Nvidia versus AMD. While Nvidia is the clear big dog at the moment, AMD seems to have rallied a big following behind looking to boost its stock price up. While Nvidia is at $129 and AMD is at $107 a share, which stock does artificial intelligence think is the better buy? Let's take a look. For growth and profitability, we can clearly see Nvidia as the leader. Nvidia holds a 55% net margin, while AMD only has a 6.29% net margin. Next, let's look at revenue. Nvidia hasn't come out with their fourth quarter earnings yet, so we don't know what their total 2024 revenue was, but we can estimate it to be around $130 billion. AMD barely scratched the surface, having only $25 billion in revenue. One thing we do see with AMD is that their data center revenue went up by almost 100%, which shows promising signs. You might think that Nvidia's PE ratio would be higher than AMD's, given that it's gone up so much over the years, and AMD has fallen so much, but actually Nvidia's PE ratio is half as much as AMD's. If we look at each one's technical analysis, we notice something interesting. On the weekly time frame, we see Nvidia made a double top, making two big wicks upwards and stopping at the same price before coming down. This is a big sign of a top. And for AMD, we see there a falling wedge pattern that it has been repeating over the years. The last two times it has made this pattern, it has gone up tremendously. Now, it's making the same pattern, and this time, the wedge is even bigger. Could this mean another breakout? Only time will tell. If we look at the cash flow for each company, it seems like Nvidia has a lot of debt, but their cash and cash equivalents make up for it. Also, this is Nvidia we are talking about. The company with a 55% net margin and with a net income of $19 billion. There is no need to worry about their debt. AMD, on the other hand, has a solid amount of debt with only a 6% net margin. If this gets bigger over time, without their net margin growing, that could be a problem. Lastly, here is Nvidia and AMD's most recent cash flow statement. It is very cool to compare the two and see where each one is excelling at. It's a great visual of how the companies operate. I'll give you guys a couple seconds to analyze them. Before we show you our Nvidia and AMD forecast, you need to learn how to read these forecasts. The green cells are the assets the algorithm is predicting to go up, and the red cells are the assets the algorithm thinks are going down. On the top is the asset symbol. The number below that is called the signal. The signal represents the predicted movement and direction, not a percentage or specific target price. The signal strength indicates how much the current price deviates from what the system considers an equilibrium or fair price. Then, on the bottom left, we have the predictability. The predictability is the historical correlation between the past algorithmic predictions and the actual market movement for each particular asset. The algorithm then averages the results of all the historical predictions, while giving more weight to more recent performances. Now, our algorithm is forecasting Nvidia to be the superior stock on 1 month, 3 month, and 1 year timeframes. Not only does Nvidia have almost double the signal of AMD on almost every timeframe, but also it has a higher predictability on every timeframe. This makes us think that Nvidia will be the better stock in the long term. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Let us know which stock you're taking, Nvidia or AMD. And here's to smarter, AI-driven investing. See you next time.